All right, guys. The Utah Jazz lose a tough one to Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. Probable MVP Luka Doncic. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys. So, the name of the game for the Dallas Mavericks is Luka Doncic, and he's incredible. He is doing absolutely incredible things this season. For the year, Luka Doncic is having a historic usage rate. If you go look at Tim McMahon's Twitter page or Kevin Pelton, they talked about his usage rate right now is just the most in the league, and it's not even close. So when Luka Doncic is on the floor, he is the cornerstone of everything the Mavericks do. And to be honest, when he has the ball, good things happen. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. The question for this Mavericks team is how can they make it so that everyone else is involved and engaged and being effective, as well as the bench. And tonight really felt like, I haven't watched a lot of Dallas this season, but tonight, at least watching them play this Jazz team, who, by the way, played really well. And this is a nice victory for the Mavericks. This is not the team that everyone expected the Jazz to be. So for them to get this nice win against Utah, who, by the way, had like a 12, 14-point lead at one point in the second half, and for the Mavericks to come out and do what they did is impressive stuff. Luka Doncic is looking like an MVP. But really, there were a few things with this Mavericks team. Let's look at it. Let's bring me down. At what some impressive things from this Mavericks team, and if you're a Mavericks fan, to kind of get excited about. So, obviously, first we talked about it, but look at this: 12 for 20 for Luka. That is just crazy efficiency. He takes 10 free throws, hits 7. The 11 assists too. I mean, he was just remarkable. 33 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. He was fantastic. You can't say enough about Luka Doncic. But the thing to get excited about is this bench. Josh Green's a guy that I thought would be a lot better. He hasn't been as good for the Mavericks as I think a lot of people thought he would be, but he was nice tonight, 2 for 3 from 3. So if you're a Mavericks fan, you've got to be excited about that. If he starts hitting that 3, because he's a big athletic body. So this could be a nice little thing to watch for the Mavericks. Obviously one game, but if he can start figuring it out for the Mavericks, then that's just another athletic wing to surround Luka with, And those are the types of guys you want to surround Luka with. Guys that can defend, hit threes, and he's that prototypical 3-and-D athletic wing. So, and look at that, +8 for Josh Green. But really the story of the game for them, I know Christian Wood put in some nice minutes. There's the 10 for 15 scoring there. But look at this, +25 for Dwight Powell. I mean, this is incredible. 4 for 5 from the field with him. I mean, I'm not quite sure why he's not starting. Mavericks fans, maybe you can let me know, because they've been starting JaVale McGee, who plays 7 minutes to like. What's the point? At that point, what's the point? 7 minutes? And Dwight Powell. So Dwight Powell, when he's on the floor, he was the game changer. 9 points, but you can just see his effect on the floor was incredible. There's not a lot else to really say about this Mavericks team. I mean, I was interested to see how Tim Hardaway Jr. would do coming back. Obviously, he's still figuring it out. Tonight, 1 for 9. I mean, that's pretty bad. I'm kind of curious. But 1 for 9 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. Just not really doing a lot, although it's just -2. But why does it do this every night? I just want to see. There we go. I'm just curious, because that's a bad night. That's a really bad night. So Tim Hardaway, who I thought was pretty good, not shooting it pretty great, not shooting it well at all. So this could probably explain a little bit of the Mavericks' troubles, because obviously they lose Jalen Brunson. You need someone else to step up. Luka's stepped up in a big way, but 25 minutes per game for him, 31% from the field, 32% from 3. They need Tim Hardaway Jr. to figure it out, and I assume he will, because he's not. I mean, that's pretty bad. I don't know how else to say that. That's bad. So if he can figure that out, that's a lot of improvement potential for the Mavericks to see Tim Hardaway improve. Let's see. All right, it's time to talk about the Utah Jazz. But before we do, We had our prize picks tonight fall just short. It was such a bummer. But we're still doing really well. For the season, we've won about $750. I think I've lost about 3 or 4. So we're in the green. But anyways, guys, if you want to play along, it's a lot of fun. I had a blast. It really does give more to root for during the game. A lot of fun. Obviously, be disciplined in what you're doing. Is this going to help? It's so bright, but like, man, that shadow looks crappy. All right, let's just do that. It's bright, but who cares? Prize Picks has been a lot of fun. 100 if you use promo code HoopsNerd. So many people have been using it, have been winning money. I know there's a lot of people that want to, but go try it out. Go pay $5 and get $5 added on. A $5 bet is a $10 bet, and then you triple your money. They gave me $100 of promotion money, and we've turned it into $450. Now we're down, but we'll get back up, baby. We're up close to like 500, and so we lost 125 tonight. It's okay. It's okay, because guess what? We're going to win next game. We were so close tonight. And actually, you know what? I'm putting it back on. I don't need that dang light. The joys of being live. We'll do it live. All right, I got to be comfortable. I don't care. So anyways, go to Prize Picks, Hoops Nerd promo code. It's a lot of fun. It's every game. There's different reasons to join, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I had Lauri Markkanen tonight on the over, and he let me down. Luka Doncic, I went, and he was good. But it was Lauri Markkanen who let me down tonight, guys. He's been so solid this season, but on the road tonight, he was not very good. Well, he was okay, but he was not very impactful. So anyways, let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Story of the game, really, for the Jazz was Lauri Markkanen. If he knocks down just one of these threes, the Jazz win this game. I think you've got to give a little credit to Dorian Finney-Smith. This guy is one of the most underrated defenders in the league. Finney-Smith, who guards the wing, he's unbelievable. His defense is really amazing. And then you've got to also consider Reggie Bullock, who's been just an incredible defender for the Mavericks. And they really, I don't know if it wore him down, but Markkanen just looked tired to me. He looked low energy. All of this stuff was inside. Little handoffs and dunks and things, a few like hook shots and things like that. But he was not hitting the three tonight, and that was a big reason that the Jazz lost. Look at this also. The free throws weren't there tonight. He just was not getting the line. Markkanen was just not a part of the offense tonight, which sucked for me with the Prize Picks. But can you tell I was annoyed? But anyways, I was watching him close, and he was just not impactful. And it kind of tells you that when Markkanen is not impacting the game very much, it really changes who this Jazz team is. Considering how Markkanen only scored 14, the Jazz were still in this game. It came down to a last 3-point shot, and they missed it, obviously. But it really there's a few things maybe we learned about the Jazz tonight. One is they're still a good team, even when your number one scorer isn't hitting. The Jazz have other weapons, like Jordan Clarkson had a nice night tonight. Colin Sexton had a nice night tonight, scoring the ball. Not incredibly efficient, but he was hitting shots when he needed to. The Jazz are a good defensive team. I believe they were number 7 defensively tonight before the game started. I don't know where they're at now, but they're a good defensive team. They've been top 10. The offense is where it needs to get better, but I think tonight you really saw Luka Doncic kind of did a lot of what he wanted. And there were a lot of times where he was switched onto like Mike Conley. He would get guarded by Jordan Clarkson a lot tonight. It really kind of showed that the Jazz really lack a elite kind of wing defender. I know Jared Vanderbilt's that guy, but they would just switch off of him. So are the Jazz going to be able to find someone in the draft this year that can be kind of that elite wing defender? Because that really will help them a ton. They missed it tonight, and honestly, if they had someone that could slow down Luka just a little bit, it would have been a big deal. Otherwise, the Jazz actually did pretty well efficiency-wise. Tonight, same story with the Jazz that they keep doing offensively. 28 assists for the Jazz. In a lot of ways, they really it was Luka that beat them because, and some of this was Christian Wood. I think Olynyk was in foul trouble most of the night. If you look at Olynyk, he had just 6 points. He was a +3, but he played just 22 minutes with the 5 personal fouls. So really, it was the foul trouble for Olynyk, and you can just see how important Olynyk is as well to what the Jazz do. I might argue that Olynyk is the Jazz's most important player. It's crazy, but it's true. When he's on the floor, he does so many things. Look at this. In just 22 minutes, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 points. You add 10 minutes of him on the floor, and the Jazz probably win this game with what he brings to the floor. But he was getting – this Mavericks team gets a whistle like you can't believe. And Luka Doncic, too. I mean, it's kind of remarkable what they let Luka Doncic get. I mean, his foul calls, it'd be nice if we could get those foul calls, I tell you what. When you see how many free throw attempts the Jazz got, 14, and Luka Doncic on his own got 10. I mean, I guess not a lot of other Mavericks got foul calls, but man, that's pretty interesting. Not a lot of foul calls tonight, to be honest. They let him play, except Luka Doncic got all the free throws he wanted. But anyways, Olynyk not playing a lot of minutes was a major swing factor for this game, for the Jazz. Vanderbilt continues to be amazing. Tonight, 15 points. And look at this. 1 for 1 from 3. Obviously small sample size. But that corner 3 from Vanderbilt is starting to look a little bit like a weapon. And I would not mind seeing him start to upping this to like 2 to 3 a game. And if he can build more and more confidence with that and become kind of like a 36% three-point shooter from that corner, what if he became a good corner three-point shooter? Wouldn't that be insane? Because look at everything else that that Vanderbilt does. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He does a little of everything. And we know about the defensive ability, the switching. They tried to keep him on Luka, and they would switch off of Vanderbilt. So it just tells you a lot about what the Jazz kind of need for this team. They need just kind of a little bit more of an impact player on the defensive end. But as they're playing right now, the Jazz are really fun to watch. Jordan Clarkson was the leading scorer, 9 for 20 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3. But look at this, 8 assists. The ascension of Jordan Clarkson as a playmaker has been so much fun. And he does so many nice things when he's on the floor now. I mean, he's just a lot of fun. A great teammate, great player to be with. And the stats on the floor are showing it. He is a willing passer. I mean, that pass from Jordan Clarkson at the end of the half to Lauri Markkanen at the very end was unbelievable. That's one of the best passes of the year, where it was like that one-handed Stockton pass where he was over 3 guys right in the exact perfect spot for Markkanen to lay it in. Incredible stuff from him. And then Mike Conley, just a casual 8 assists, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. The shot wasn't quite there, but 11 points, a +4 for Mike Conley. Like we say, he is a cornerstone of everything the Jazz do. Those 8 assists and 11 points from Conley, you can just mark him down for 7 assists. He's just going to get them. By the way, on your prize picks, if you see like 6 or more assists and Mike Conley's playing, mark it down. Boom. Those are like automatic. He does so many nice things with the ball. Like we said, Sexton was great. I mean, he missed a shot in transition that if he'd have made, it would have changed the game. It's like, that's how it goes with these close games. It's the easy ones like that. But him in transition, he is so fast and so athletic. Tonight he plays 30 minutes off the bench, 19 points. Pretty good. These minutes were not great. Talon Horton-Tucker did not do a lot while he was on the floor, and it shows. -10, 2 points. He made 1 bucket, but a lot of zeros there. Not a lot happening there with his minutes on the floor. Malik Beasley is another guy that, I mean, he was 3 for 11 from the field, although some of this came from one possession. That one possession where he got like all of his rebounds, and basically this and this happened in like one possession because he had like 3 offensive rebounds, missed all 3 shots, and they didn't fall, but he was hitting his threes. 9 points and a +1. Beasley's been so fun to watch this year. He was not the reason the Jazz lost tonight. Rudy Gay wasn't great. Just 2 points. He did get 5 rebounds, but Rudy Gay sat a few games, and I don't think a lot of people were missing him, so I don't know. I don't know what you do here. It was not a great contract. It hasn't really worked out perfectly. When he has good games, though, it is nice to see. And it wasn't like he was actively bad. That's the one thing. There's been games where Rudy Gay's been just actively bad. Tonight, he wasn't shooting it very well, but at least he wasn't shooting it a lot, you know? So that's something you like to see, and he was rebounding and assisting, just wasn't super effective. And then finally, Walker Kessler played 4 minutes and was terrible. He was just not good. I don't know if it's the sickness, if he had COVID or whatever it was that he was dealing with, but he did not look great, and I wonder if that was just lingering sickness. And these 4 minutes were not great. They didn't help offensively, and they didn't help defensively. And I think these were when Doncic was on the bench. So this right here is actually much worse if you think about it, because in those 4 minutes, you want to gain ground when this guy's on the bench. When the MVP's on the bench, and I think Doncic is going to be the MVP, you need to gain ground. And so this was actually pretty painful stuff. And so you can see why Will Hardy pulled him. Not a lot else to say tonight, guys. It's a loss. We lost our prize picks. We lost the game. Boo! Bad. Not great. But that's okay. Does remind you that this Jazz team sometimes needs to play really well as a team to win these games, and star power can kind of catch up to you if you don't have that star on your own team that can just kind of dominate a game. But that was one thing too. One thing about this Jazz team, even though they lost, it's a fun team. You know, the loss sucks. Losing isn't fun. But this is a Jazz team where the losses feel different. Like, it hurts a little more. But last season, the Jazz would lose and everyone would just be like, you know, there wasn't a lot of investment. But I feel like Jazz fans now are more invested in this team. This team is more invested in the games. And so it was fun. It's fun to root for this team. So when they lose, it sucks. Because they play such a unselfish brand of basketball. And you see that again. Look at all this spread of assists. Like, everyone is moving the ball. 28 assists as a team in a loss is impressive. It just, they needed this 33% from 3 to be about 36, and they win the game. You knock down 1 or 2 more of these, and that's the game. Stuff like that. But anyways, guys, let's give a shout out. It's that time again where, let's see. Let's bring this up. Man, is he losing his fastball? Let's see here. All right, guys, thank you for everyone being here tonight in a Jazz loss. You guys are here. You guys are the best. What a bunch of awesome fans we got on this channel, baby. All of these All-Stars, all of our members, rookies, starters, All-Stars, you're all amazing. But now is the time to thank our All-Stars tonight. Oh, he forgot to bring it up. I'm following through just like the Jazz did tonight. All right, let's bring this up. All right, let's give a shout out. Oh, now I got the hiccups. I yelled too loud. Let's give a shout out to Ryan Perry, the legend. Jordan the Go Best Roll, Just Buckets JB, Baby Elliott Matson, Zap Watts, TGD Total Game Domination, Christian House Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X marks the spot for Zintas, Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer, Ezekiel Isibe, the man from down under, Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire, Donald schooling all of us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de bajo, Patrick Agubo, the connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. If you guys are new here and you're a Jazz fan, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're a Mavericks fan, go to Prize Picks and get your promo code HoopsNerd and take advantage of the free money, my friends. Go do it. You got Luka Doncic on your team? All you got to do is bet Luka Doncic every night, and you're going to do pretty well. For the Jazz, it's a spread thing. It's kind of hard. To be honest, betting on the Jazz is hard. On prop bets, oh my gosh. Every night, it's somebody. And tonight, I thought Larry Markkinen would be, easy money, and it was not. He was tired. So we're going to look at Larry Markkinen on the road on these Prize Picks in the future. Maybe not the guy to bet on. You know who you bet on? Jared Vanderbilt for rebounds. Although usually they have him in about 8, so that might have not been it. But you know who you bet on? Jordan Clarkson assists, Mike Conley assists. This is like cash it in, baby. Cash it in every night. All right, guys, that's all I got tonight. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments something. Tell me what your favorite Halloween candy was this year. I will talk to you next time.